Expected naman na mataas kasi kulang yung supply talaga. Mas maraming stock dati kaysa ngayon.
Prices of firecrackers in Bocaue, Bulacan spiked by 30% ahead of year-end revelry.
It's very far from Mindanao, but by God's grace, we were able to witness and see the nature's beauty, especially in this area.
Hundreds of tourists flocked to Baguio City to spend the holidays. And the health department reminds the public anew to drink and eat moderately this holiday season. Good evening. Despite the cold weather, some people still opt to visit tourist spots in Baguio City and La Trinidad in Benguet during this holiday season. Let's find out why from Grace Casin.
Tourist spots in the City of Pines are filled with families enjoying the holiday season. In Burnham Park in Baguio City, families and groups of friends spend time riding rented bicycles, boats, or just idly picnicking under clear skies. While other rides horses in Wright Park or roam around strawberry farms in La Trinidad, Benguet. A group of visitors who traveled from Mindanao says they chose to spend the holiday season in Baguio to experience the cool temperatures and see the beautiful natural scenery that the Philippines' summer capital has to offer.
It's very far from Mindanao, but by God's grace, we were able to witness and see the nature's beauty, especially in this area.
Nag-enjoy po ako, bagamat malayo po yung biyahe. Galing pa po ako ng Mindanao sa Bukidnon. Masyado pong akong nag-enjoy dahil sa ganda po ng tanawin. Hindi po mababayaran po ng pera yung saya na experience ko po dito.
The group says they have enjoyed discovering Baguio City and La Trinidad in Benguet, although they were unable to pick fresh strawberries from the farms, as these have yet to ripen in the months of February to April next year.
Strawberry leaves. Yep, kasi po maganda pati malamig po.
December in Baguio is a peak tourist season, with people from the lowlands coming to the city to experience cold temperatures. Every December, the Department of Tourism records thousands of visitors in Baguio City, with more than 198,000 reported in 2017. Local officials assures that tight security measures are in place to ensure the visitors' safety. They also advise tourists planning to travel to Baguio City in the coming days to ensure their lodging, as hotels and transient houses here are almost fully booked. Grace Casin, UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.
Luneta or Rizal Park in Manila remains in Filipinos' list of places to visit during the holiday season. However, the visitor population this season is noticeably lower than that of last year. Ashur Kadapan Jr. tells us why.
Filipinos are known for having close family ties, and spending the holidays with loved ones is definitely a priority. This time of the year, when budget is tight, some Filipinos prefer to enjoy the festive atmosphere in Luneta or Rizal Park. Hundreds of families camped out in the area, where they enjoyed the musical dancing fountain at the Central Lagoon, as well as light and fire exhibits. Record from the National Parks Development Committee Security Office showed that at least 3,000 individuals have come to Luneta Park since Monday night. This is lower, however, than the visitor population last year. Authorities said the rainy weather may have contributed to the slowing down of visitor arrivals in the park. Nevertheless, visitors like Jean Mata said they wouldn't allow the rain to spoil their family bonding. Jean and her family traveled all the way from Malolos, Bulacan to spend time together in Rizal Park.
Okay na okay po, nakaka-enjoy po dito. Masyadong maraming view na magaganda. Ano na po kasi parang tradisyon na sa amin, simula maliliit pa kami.
Park goers said they noticed significant improvements in Rizal Park. Sweepers can be seen around maintaining the cleanliness of the surroundings, and public toilets are properly maintained.
Marami pong kalat. Hindi, meron naman pong metro aid eh.
Mas improve na yung portable ngayon kaysa dati. Kasi nung nakarang taon talagang hindi mo siya makakayanan na napasukin. Ngayon maganda na siya. Tapos yung basura, okay naman, nililinis nila agad.
National Capital Region Police Office Director General Guillermo Eleazar made rounds in Rizal Park to personally check on the peace and order in the area.
Nakita natin na mga couples, meron mga pamilya, meron mga barkada na andi pa sila kahapon at they will stay here until tomorrow. So nakikita natin na talagang ang kaligayahan ng mga tao ay pagiging kontento sa buhay. At tayo naman nakakatulong tayo doon sa panatilihin natin na tahimik at maayos itong mga bagay na pinapasyalan nila.
Rizal Park remains open until evening of December 26. Asher Kadapan Jr., UNTV News and Rescue, Manila City.
Meanwhile, the Department of Health, or DOH, reminds the public anew not to engage in binge eating and to drink moderately during the holidays. Here's why from Grace Cassidy.
People tend to eat and drink too much when party events and merrymaking abound during the holiday season. But according to the Department of Health, the people should exercise moderation, especially when eating sweets, highly oily and salty foods, and drinking alcohol beverages to avoid falling ill or from figuring in an accident. DOH says the holiday season should not be made as an excuse to bingle it and drink, as this might cause to suffer from the so-called holiday illness, such as heart attacks, hypertension, and high cholesterol.
Lahat ng cholesterol, mataas ang mga BP ng mga pasyente. So yan yung holiday illnesses natin talaga, heart attack, stroke pa rin.
Based on the data from the Philippine Statistics Authority, heart complications remain to be the leading cause of death among Filipinos. This is followed by neoplasms, pneumonia, hypertensive, and diabetes. Health experts say this is due to smoking, too much alcohol intake, not eating of proper food, and lack of exercise. DOH advises people who experience dizziness, difficulty in breathing, and headache after eating, particularly those who have a history of having holiday illnesses, to immediately seek medical consultation. The agency adds that revelers should also avoid driving when they have taken too many drinks.
Nagkakaroon din ng spike pag mga vehicular accident sa inom.
Aside from exercising moderation in eating and drinking during the holidays, DOH also advises the public to carefully check the meat they are buying from the market and to cook it thoroughly to avoid diarrhea and food poisoning. Customers should also read and check the expiration date of food items. Grace Cassidy, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
In other news, the prices of firecrackers in Bocaue, Bulacan begin to soar a few days before the year-end festivities. Let's find out why from Bernard Dadis.
Vendors express concern over low supply of firecrackers from manufacturers in Bocaue ahead of the year-end revelry. This low supply prompted them to increase prices by 30% from the previous price. Dingding Lasan observed that in the past 20 years, as firecracker vendor, it was just this year that the firecracker capital of the Philippines experienced shortage in supplies. Ding added that many firecracker manufacturers did not deliver additional stocks, even the regular suppliers such as Ariel, Platinum, and Diamond, a well-known firecracker manufacturer in Bulacan.
Wala na, dalawa na lang. Dati 5 yan, talagang marami yan. Yung Ariel, hinahanap na ibang tao yun, wala na. Yung Platinum, marami naghahanap nun dahil magandang brand yun Class A na brand talaga yung Platinum, kaya lang wala rin silang parating. Yung Diamond naman, ang kanyang yung mga fountain lang. Kaya hahanapin yun.
Expected naman na mataas. Kasi kulang yung supply talaga. Mas maraming stock dati kaysa ngayon.
Based on the firecrackers price list provided by sellers, the 2,000 rounds of sawa now cost 750 pesos from its previous price of 500, while 1,000 rounds of sawa now sell at 450 pesos. Decorative lighting devices, meanwhile, are currently priced at 25,000 pesos for 200 shots, 5,000 pesos for 100 shots, and 800 pesos for 16 shots. Luces sparklers now sell at 35 pesos a bundle, while the price of fountains rose to 50 pesos from 25 pesos.
Expected naman na mataas. Kasi kulang yung supply talaga. Mas maraming stock dati kaysa ngayon.
Still, firecracker vendors are looking forward to the surge of buyers beginning December 27 until December 31 when the demand of firecrackers and pyrotechnic devices peaks. Bernard Dadis, UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.
The number of firecracker-related injuries has jumped to 13 since the monitoring started on December 21st, according to the Department of Health. Most of the victims sustained blast and burn injuries, 5 sustained eye injuries, and 1 needed an amputation. All victims were male, ranging in age from 2 to 28 years of age. The DOH expects this number to rise until December 31st. The agency, meanwhile, assures that all its retained hospitals have been placed under Code White Alert and are ready to respond to emergency cases until January 4, 2019. Meanwhile, here are some safety tips to secure your home and pets from this year's fireworks season. Aiko Miguel has this report.
The Department of Health, or DOH, has again reminded the public to take extra caution in joining merrymaking activities this holiday season. Do not pick up failed firecrackers as they could still explode and damage your hands. These firecrackers in particular are the strong ones like Super Lolo, Goodbye Philippines, Atomic Triangle, and Piccolo. Since fire is common during year-end festivities, make sure that all electric appliances are unplugged before going outdoor or leaving the house. Double-check if the LPG or liquefied petroleum gas tank is properly sealed and the hose is intact to prevent gas leakage and eventual fire. The Philippine Animal Welfare Society, or PAWS, meanwhile also reminded pet lovers and owners to keep their pets safe during festivities. Dogs, for instance, are sensitive to noise and strong sound of firecrackers may stress them.
Kadalasan dito yung nagkakaroon ng panic, yung aso or yung pusa or kahit anong alaga natin, na maaari silang mawala or kung nakatali naman sila is pwede silang masakal or ma-strangulate dahil dun sa pagkakatali nila. So we advise na kung pwede, ipasok nyo sa bahay ninyo, and then kung may room kayo or extra na banyo, pwedeng nyo silang doon ilagay, and kung pwedeng mag-play ng soothing music para ma-drown out yung noise na ginagawa ng mga firecrackers natin.
Aiko Miguel, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
Up next on Y News. Survivor recalls terror in Congressman Rodel Batocabe's murder. And top 8 Wishcoveries from Camp Rani Raimundo now complete and are set to advance to the next round of the Wishcovery Season 2. More reasons behind the stories when Y News returns. Welcome back to Y News, and here are the headlines.
Nakakuha ko ng rosary na binigay, pauwi na ako sa may waiting shade, biglang may pumutok.
Survivor recalls terror in Representative Rodel Batocabe's murder. Consumer group worries of Train 2 despite new discounts and subsidies in 2019. And the military and police place all units on alert as Communist Party of the Philippines marks its 50th founding anniversary tomorrow. One of the survivors in the murder of Ako Bicol party list Representative Rodel Batocabe makes an appeal to the suspects as she shared her horrifying experience the day the crime happened. Meanwhile, the local government of Daraga Albay plans to install additional closed-circuit television cameras in all barangays following the incident. Mai Bermudez tells us why in this exclusive report.
Catherine only wanted to receive a basket of grocery items when she attended the gift-giving event at a covered court in Burgos Elementary School last Saturday, December 22, organized by Ako Bicol Party List Representative Rodel Batocabe. She did not expect that something terrible would happen to her in exchange for a basket of goods. Catherine sustained 2 gunshot wounds on her chest as a result of the shooting.
Pakakuha ko ng ng grocery na binigay. Pauwi na ako sa may waiting shed, biglang may pumutok. Di dapa ako. Pag dapa ako, nakapa ko yung dibdib ko, daming dugo. Nung marinig ko na wala nang putok, takbo ako sa kapatid ko kasi nasa harapan lang ng school yung bahay ng kapatid ko.
Catherine says she heard multiple gunshots while the venue was in chaos. Two of her kin immediately rushed her to the hospital where she passed out.
Hindi ko na pinansin kung sino yung dadaanan ko, basta ako tumakbo na sa nakita ko yung mga taong tatakbuhan din.
Punong Barangay Pilar Llanera says there was no prior advice that Congressman Batocabe would hold gift-giving activities in the weekend for senior citizens in 5 barangays of Daraga. Also, there was no prior coordination for the security in the gift-giving area.
Kung alam ko na pupunta sila, magpapa-assist ako sa mga tanod ko. Papaalamin ko sila na pupunta dito. Wala po silang kasi kaya po walang tanod doon.
Because of the incident, Daraga Mayor Carlwin Baldo plans to intensify surveillance around the municipality by installing additional closed-circuit television cameras or CCTVs in all barangays.
Next year, meron po kaming budget sa CCTV na yung mga urban barangays, malagyan po ng CCTVs para makatulong kung sakaling may nangyari sa investigation. Secondly, yung programa po namin sa mga barangay, yung pag-link, collaboration ng bawat ahensya para kung may mga nangyari, mas madali.
Catherine meanwhile has this appeal to the people behind the killing of Batocabe.
Sana naman inisip nila na maraming madadamay, saka lahat kami matatanda na. Dapat naawa man lang siya.
May Bermudez, UNTV News and Rescue, Daraga Albay.
The family of slain Ako Bicol Party List Representative Rodel Batocabe is determined that they will continue the supposed mayoral candidacy of the late congressman in Daraga Albay. But the family has yet to decide whether it is the wife or the son of the slain mayor who will be his substitute to the mayoral candidacy. Joe Anano tells us why.
The bereaved family of slain Ako Bicol Party List Representative Rodel Batocabe is now determining who will run for his supposed candidacy for the mayoralty race in Daraga Albay. According to Representative Alfredo Garbin, who is the incumbent second nominee of Ako Bicol Party List, they will soon announce their substitution on the mayoralty race in the 2019 midterm elections. But Garbin says that it should be among the family members of the slain lawmaker.
We will not give up easily. Definitely, there will be a substitution na manggagaling sa pamilya ni Kong Rodel Batocabe. Definitely, there will be a Batocabe in 2019.
Among the primary prospects for the substitution of Congressman Batocabe is his wife Gertie Batocabe. But as of now, she is yet to decide if she will take on the challenge.
People have been reaching out to me, but I have not made up. It's not even in my realm yet, because as of now, my paramount concern, aside from the burial of my husband, is our safety, the family's safety, because I just found out kung ano ang binabangga namin dito.
Apart from his wife, his eldest son, 30-year-old Attorney Justin Batocabe, is also being considered for the substitution. Attorney Justin has earlier filed his candidacy as the second nominee under Ako Bicol Party List for the 2019 midterm elections.
Ipagpapatuloy po natin ang kanyang mga magagandang nagawa. Hindi po yan mawawala. Hindi po mamamatay ang kanyang legacy.
Meanwhile, the family has no plans to involve the youngest son of Kong Batocabe into politics, who is now currently taking up his master's degree. Based on the new rules of the Commission on Election, substitution of candidates is allowed only until 12 noon of May 13, 2019. But the substituting candidate must have the same surname with the withdrawing candidate in the same post that he or she is running to. The Batocabe family is still hopeful that they will find justice on the case of the late congressman and that they could already identify the suspects in the killing of the lawmaker.
Ask the people of Daraga. Everybody knows who did this. And I am looking at you right now because I know I am not scared to die like what you did to my husband.
Joanano, UNTV News and Rescue, Daraga Albay.
Meanwhile, a consumer group reminds the public on the discounts and subsidies that they may get under the Tax Reform Acceleration and Inclusion or TRAIN law in 2019. Ray Pelayo tells us why.
Discount in prices of prescription medicines are expected starting January 1, 2019. This is according to the Laban Consumer Group, citing the provisions of the Tax Reform for Acceleration and Inclusion or TRAIN law.
Dito po sa TRAIN 1 na to, effective January 1, kapag ikaw may medical prescription sa gamot ng diabetes, hypertension at mataas na cholesterol, kailangan less 12% VAT na ang babayaran nyo.
Despite the expected discounts and subsidies offered under the law, the group remains in opposition to its implementation. The Magiba claims TRAIN law is anti-poor as it contributes to the rise of inflation or the spike in prices of basic commodities, including petroleum products. Oil players are expected to add at least 2 pesos per liter of oil in accordance to the second tranche of excise tax on fuel in 2019.
So ito po lahat na ito na ginawa ng TRAIN 1. Sa titingnan nyo po, mas maraming ginawang perwisyo, lalo po dun sa 30% na tinatawag kong mahihirap na consumer dito po sa Pilipinas.
The group also notes that the government still owes part of the fuel subsidy to drivers and operators under the Pantawid Pasada program. According to Transport Group Pasang Mazda, around 10% of jeepney operators are yet to receive the 5,000 peso fuel subsidy from the government. This is because they are still waiting for the purchase units to be registered under their respective names.
For those operators who did not get their card, siguro dapat pagbigyan pa rin natin pagkat sila mga legitimate operator din na kagaya ko.
Meanwhile, the Laban Consumer also notes that all 10 million beneficiaries identified by the Department of Social Welfare and Development will get 300 pesos per month instead of the previous 200 pesos. The group adds that they, the beneficiaries, must be given 10% discount when buying the NFA rice as well as when riding public transport. The government earlier announced it will continuously provide aid to sectors affected by the implementation of the TRAIN law. As of this writing, the group's petition to stop the law's implementation remains pending before the Supreme Court. Ray Pelayo, UNTV, News and Rescue, Quezon City.
Police and the military direct all its units to maintain target hardening and camp defense plans as the Communist Party of the Philippines prepares to celebrate its anniversary on December 26. Victor Cosare tells us why.
The Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines have placed all its units on alert ahead of the 50th founding anniversary celebration of the Communist Party of the Philippines New People's Army on Wednesday. Police and the military has ordered its personnel to remain vigilant and maintain active defense posture for possible attacks and hostilities in communities by communist rebels. The AFP says CBP's anniversary celebration is usually accompanied by armed attacks against the people that reflects the CPP-NPA's true color as a criminal organization void of any ideology.
Nandun pa rin tayo sa ating alert status, sa ating paghahanda sapagkat ang panahong ito lalo silang magiging agresibo upang makagawa sila ng event para dito.
In a statement, the CPP urged its members and sympathizers to gather and stage rallies in NPA guerrilla zones to celebrate the victories of the party. PNP Director General Oscar Albayalde also orders all police units to prepare and initiate countermeasures, especially those stationed in remote and vulnerable areas against NPA attacks.
Yung ating mga kapulisan, they should always be alert and vigilant. Kamakailan lang merong harassment nangyari. Kaya ito yung sinasabi natin that they should maintain their alertness at saka yung kanilang target hardening measures and of course yung kanilang camp defense plan.
Authorities meanwhile call on communist rebels to return to the fold and take advantage of the amnesty offered by the government to be able to live peacefully with their families. Victor Cosare, UNTV, News and Rescue, Philippines.
Thousands of people endure long lines for the annual gift giving at President Rodrigo Duterte's ancestral home in Davao City. Marisol Montano has the story.
A huge volume of people lined up earlier outside the home of President Rodrigo Duterte in Davao City in the hopes of receiving a present from the chief executive. Thousands from different areas in the city endured long lines that said to have stretched out as far as 2 kilometers to receive grocery items and cash assistance from the president. Others even camped outside the Duterte's home since Monday to ensure that they will be the first in line for Duterte's annual gift giving. Due to the unexpected number of people, the Davao Police had to deploy more than 100 of its personnel and other security forces around Duterte's home to implement tighter security. Rescue units were also on duty to provide medical services when necessary. Davaoenos who were able to receive presents thanked the president and wished him success in all his plans and endeavors for the country.
Para sa mahal naming Pangulo, wish na mo nga bisag makita niya nga anime pero amo gihapon siyang murag pataas. Tabangan na mo siya mulampo sa iyang mga proyekto o iyang mga pangandoy sa
unta yang serbisyo sa katawhan di mausab.
Others also hope that Duterte will continue to push for the elimination of illegal drugs and address other pressing matters in the nation despite criticisms from several groups.
Kana yung federalism niya, wala man ko'y kuha ng federalism, maayo man na siya, kay kuha man na siya. Iya mo ginang obserbaran.
Unang-una sa ato ang droga, ang ikaduha pagdisiplina sa mga Pilipino. Dagan jud nga nahimo si Duterte nga gusto pod namo.
President Duterte's annual gift giving in his ancestral home every December date back to when he was still mayor of Davao City. Duterte is in Davao to spend the holidays with his family. Marisol Montano, UNTV News and Rescue, Davao City.
Meanwhile, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas warns on possible proliferation of fake money this holiday. Nel Maribohok will tell us why.
This is the time of the year when people spend and consume more. It's also the season for many opportunists. Elias Alan was a victim of an apparent modus operandi. A couple who introduced themselves as husband and wife pretended to be a buyer of his printer. They met him one late evening on the road and transacted with him inside their car.
Kasi gabi na yun, madilim dahil medyo pagod na rin, gusto ko makauwi. Konting kwentuhan. Tapos, nang magbabayad na sila sa akin, habang binibilang ko yung pera, ang style nila, kukwento-kwentuhan ako. Tatanungin ako ng mga iba-ibang bagay. Siyempre, habang nagbibilang, na-distract ako. Nung nakita kong tama yung binigay niya is 5,000, binulsa ko na. Pero nung una, nagtataka ako, kasi parang may mali dun sa pera. Pero ang ganda ng pera, hindi mo mapapansin na peke. Kasi ang ganda ng pagkaka-print, kasi puro siya 1,000 na 5 eh. Yung itsura niya, yung mismong parang kumikinang pa yung selyo niya, ang ganda ng pagkakagawa, hindi mo mapapansin sa umpisa.
Alan sensed something was wrong when the car immediately sped away and mindful of the humps on the road.
Tininan ko sa ilaw ng motor ko, tininan ko mabuti, ulit-ulit binabaliktad ko. Tapos napansin ko, pare-parehas yung serial number ng pera. Tapos nung tinalikod ko, yung ibang numero ng pera, putol.
The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas advised the public to check the banknotes that they receive, especially this holiday season. The best way to ensure that the money is genuine is by the feel, look, and tilt method. First, feel the paper. It should be rough to the touch. Second, look for the embossed prints, watermark, security fibers, asymmetric serial numbers, and see-through mark on the banknotes. If the money is rotated by 45 degrees and tilted down, the concealed value will become visible, as well as the security thread, optically variable ink, and variable patch. For other questions on the authenticity of banknotes, individuals can contact the BSP at telephone number 988-4822 or by email pisomatters@bsp.gov.ph. Nel Maribohok, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
The top 8 Wishcoveries from Camp Rani Raimundo in the Wishcovery Season 2, The Singer and the Song, are now complete. Leslie Longboen tells us why.
singing hopefuls from North Luzon completed the 8 Wishcoveries of Camp Rani Raimundo, advancing to the next round. This after last night's elimination round of Wishcovery Season 2, The Singer and the Song. 3 Wishcoveries who competed for the last 2 slots were Abigail Erpelo, Janelle Ann Kaalim, and Christian Mark Bautista.
Iliwag mo sanang isipin, ikaw ay aking lilisanin. Di ko magagawang lumayo sa iyong piling.
Abigail and Janelle successfully made it to the top 8, while Christian vowed to continue pursuing his dreams after exiting the competition.
Naging motivation po sa akin yun na imbis na tumigil sa pagkanta, tuloy-tuloy lang, go lang kahit na nadapa ka, tayo pa rin.
Do not ever stop. Hanapin mo yung style mo, experiment, lumabas ka, explore different genres. Ang ganda ng boses mo okay? And you have all the time in the world.
Meanwhile, the last elimination round to complete Camp Junji Marcelo's top 8 Wishcoveries will be held tonight. Leslie Longboan, UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.
Up next on Y News. Funerals held for band members and other people who were killed in Indonesian tsunami. Bangkok officials blast off water streams to tackle hazardous air pollution. And internet giant Alibaba opens its first automated hotel in China.